It's just Finesse playing up in heaven to
Uh-oh, I'm a little late.
taking things slowly. Ray just bursts onto the site with the fault line.
Are thorns available for Finesse, but Oxy's already passed it. Finesse.
Let me open up the display.
Escape, and that's a great trade back in from Ethan. Flood retake is already here, but C9 have a new objective.
Yeah, a little pivot over onto the C site. Good blind backside pushes Som away. Now Ethan enters in.
Should be able to pull this up.
Waiting for a moment, spotted out though, and Brock coming in.
Nope, I can't. Right.
NRG are just killing C9. It's only Zeppa here.
Let's go ahead.
Ben gets the headshot, but Brock with two secures the pistol for NRG.
Flawless round to start. They basically had to do two different flood retakes there, but very good pivot from NRG.
I need to change my name.
Timing to all flood through that smoke, get ahead of Cloud9.
Or not my name, but my
Win it out in the brawl.
stream name.
Kind of a miracle that exec over onto the B site. The fact that Finesse doesn't immediately die to that right click, then it's able to call in the assistance of Ethan and deal with that raise.
And when we're talking about both these teams playing with the breach tail, one of the biggest strengths is
I'm actually kind of rooting for NRG.
that can react in cross map at any time. You saw their energy.
Where is my live?
All ready to go.
I can't change it in there.
Goes up for two, he'll get traded out, but for now at least, NRG hold on to this space.
Let me go to my channel and see.
Down on the flank, the stinger, not quite good enough there, and suddenly it's a 3v3 with a couple guns to be recovered.
Yeah, just the stinger right now. Ethan doing damage control, holding these players trapped outside of that C space. The spike on the ground shouldn't be too difficult, although I liked a little updraft play from Oxy to bait out that swing, getting it net into the space.
Still a wall here for Finesse. And a very nice high-low setup.
Should be fine now.
Oxy walks into it. And immediately he's going to turn tail. Head back towards B, which for the time is open.
I'm going to turn up the stream a bit.
Keep these players out. That stun, Ethan had been holding on to that all round, I believe. Sets this up nicely for Brock to actually fall away from the angle. NRG doing good off the numbers here, just swinging into the line, and now net on 19 HP. He should have the plant over on A.
30 seconds left.
Has the wall, a couple sensors to work with, but those are expensive tools to commit on what was Eureka.
Yeah, you're not spending the 400 cred wall here, I don't think.
I need 1 second.
Old deadlock you would.
Doesn't spot him, and yeah, Brock good for it. Got a little messy for a moment, but NRG clean up for their second.
All things considered, though, Ethan sitting 2 orbs away from his ultimate. Brock getting a few kills in these early rounds, too. Sets up NRG nicely.
Finesse really got the ire of the community after his very big underperformance in kickoff, but Ethan was struggling too alongside this team. He's a guy who was an absolute beast when he was having his 2023 year with EG, and early on in this game, I think you're seeing him a bit closer to that form than kickoff in these rounds.
Yeah, and if you heard the team talk, you know, they said they had a lot of issues they were trying to work through, hoping that this Brock change is going to be that factor that does a lot of work for them. So continue to track that throughout the day, how the individuals continue to do. This time, though, NRG playing a very weak A side of the map. Mana just sprinting forward here into that sand space, and C9 having net in the area will have heard some of this attention and are going to quickly move into this A area.
Reclear front B from Brock. NRG has
Should be good.
all of the map controlled except
Maybe.
for A, and Finesse. Good enough util to stall out and set up for a retake there.
Now Ethan's holding on to his stun the entire time. Off of this wall, can potentially look to use that and set up Finesse
this message
over on this A side.
And start paying attention to this
match.
match.
Aided out. As NRG takes some space into front B. I mean, at this point, you gotta know it's an A hit.
It's an all tree. Oh wait, no, deadlock.
Thorns yet to be used. Now they'll finally get popped, and that'll
That's kind of scuffed.
stall out C9 for a second. Annihilation catches onto one, but Brock should be able to free his teammate here. No, okay, lets him go. But on the other side, Ethan gets a kill. Mata will die for it, but still a reasonable retake for NRG.
C9 are playing really aggressively into backside, and NRG have only sent Ethan to deal with that. That does nicely from back onto rubble. And this position of his, just stalling out so much time while the rest of C9 gets active, is working wonders. NRG are just trying to deal with the one guy, and they have no space within the site itself.
Some now a 1v4, no time to work with this round. He's only hoping for a little bit more damage on the way out of this one, and util from C9 should mop this one up cleanly. Bit of a weird one there. The player who gets caught in the annihilation not being broken out. I think he was worried about being swung.
Well, I think Brock actually ran out of bullets, is what I saw him going into a reload. Don't know if he'd been spamming to even break the door before it ended up happening. We're not going to have the chance, but at the end of the day, Net even just having that ult online for round 3 is a big one, right? He was the guy that got the plant down in that round 2.
Holy.
Funnel him up for it.
I'm the best deadlock in the game, bro. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, thus far in stage 1, seems true.
Bro, you're the only deadlock in the game.
All right, missiles for an A
The
lobby
only
fight from
deadlock.
NRG. C9
Crazy.
respect it.
Psalms decided to go for a judge, and Ethan even with a stinger too. NRG choosing to buy down here on the light armors, 5 players, the bad guns. And yet C9 are going to be working into the C side. I really am curious to see how Psalm plays
think
with
I
his
have
judge
to,
around the Vi's utility, having that slightly
mess
deeper
around with
wall
this.
to even reposition behind and get a close angle.
Mata's been left alone on this A walk up.
I need to find like the perfect thing.
So NRG rotating pretty heavy resources towards the C side of the
Still
map.
not.
As C9 will reassess, maybe look to go for a re-clear back in A.
Yeah, Ethan just stun in hand.
We'll try that.
Wow, Mata seeing just barely a shoulder, but he takes some serious damage on the way out.
Sticks around.
See, now the other stuff isn't showing.
Sprays down
I think I literally have
Holy
to.
loud.
Angle.
I think I have
Still,
to
he has
turn
no support on A. NRG thinks they're going to call back
just to
into
see the
C,
entire screen.
but it is an A commit in the end.
C9
Or
have done
is
a
it?
lot of these.
I'm trying to fix
mid-round
my
pivots
screen.
into B
It's
through
weird
doors,
trying to
etc.
watch party
They
on
tap the door to threaten the
portrait.
space into tree, now work into B. But NRG are
I'll be honest,
currently
so far I've
having
not
to
been
play
watching any of the
retake.
game.
Ethan
I'm
still
just
has
trying
the
to
ultimate, even
sort my
with
college
the
thing out real quick.
It's
Right
just,
now, it's still a 5v3.
I'm kind of rooting for NRG.
If Deadlock is in this
I haven't been
one.
watching anything up to this point though, so I kind of
For
don't know
me,
anything.
Foxy needed that second kill, and he
I've
can't
got faith in
get
C9
away
for this one.
Now
Is
he's
this-
A rough start,
soon to
but
be
Is this still
overwhelmed with
Bangkok?
stun.
Or is this something else?
Moving in, and Mata
this is America's, bro.
closes that
America?
round
Bangkok
out.
finish.
What is that?
Hell of a
Is that
job
like
from
mid-season
him,
or something?
holding things down alone in A main.
This is the
Yeah, that's just
qualifiers for
After the
Toronto.
opening kill, or after the opening shots, Mata
Toronto, is
For
that
next
what the
month.
next match? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Completely unexpected on that little HP.
Bangkok finished like 3 weeks ago,
Just beautiful.
so this is the first match for Americas. China started their matches like a week and a half ago.
Round 2 to deal with that
I
final
think Pacific started yesterday, and the EU starts in a couple days.
Cloud9 back down to an eco now.
I don't
But
think there's another
close
match
to a
after
couple of
this.
key ultimates. They're looking to fight over this
No.
orb on C. But so too is NRG.
I don't think.
Psalm
I'm gonna be a lot.
in the smoke, and this
If there is, I probably won't be up for it. I
Oh,
don't know.
Psalm for 3, and this anti-eco, it's already over. Mata is in their spawn.
Wow.
By the way, after this map, it is
You know, we heard Wyatt talking on the desk
Fracture.
about how much,
We'll have to fracture if we have to. It would be
especially when defensive side helps.
hell.
And already I'm seeing a lot of nice things out of NRG, whether it's that good opening fight into the anti-eco.
Yeah,
sure,
EU
but
starts to-
also
I don't know.
NRG have
Oh, no,
been
Pacific starts tomorrow.
constantly clearing that space in
But
front of
America's
you, not being
matches.
fooled by the mid-round rotates of C9. NRG
Oh, no, man.
seems
There's another match after this one, which is Crew versus Loud.
server right now.
Good to
wow.
see Psalm
For the next
keep his
few
forward
weeks,
kickoff.
Americas start 1 hour
He was
early.
incredible there,
Like
but
9 PM for
obviously
me,
wasn't
then 12
enough,
AM instead of like 10 and 1.
kills in a couple maps to lose in the
But
end.
unfortunately, Sen doesn't play until Monday 12 AM for me. I can't do that one.
He's still in the corner?
We've all been there. We've all been there on the Omen.
Yeah.
It's probably can, but just college.
Yeah, now C9 having to run over into the A site without smokes into a Vise. Like, good luck. And Ethan still has the fault line, by the way.
And there's a drone pushing through their flank. NRG are fully aware that this is going to be a commitment. Finesse,
I've made a new email, so I got a feeling the reason why I'm probably struggling with jobs and all that is like the year gap or like the year I put on my email.
There goes the ultimate.
Like, you know, when it comes to like personal emails, people normally put their birth year.
Stuns, but he can't find the kill.
It can also be
Still holding strong at time.
what is it?
Something to work with for C9.
Like
They'll look to
certain
pick
things will
towards the
detect
eco.
if your email's weird or not.
That space, Rocket isn't
Like,
gonna find anyone.
Yeah.
C9
if you have too many
is
emails coming in or something,
if they want, but
and they just won't message you back.
players back in spawn effectively. C9
Oh my god, everything I just typed out just got deleted on my email. Fuck's sake.
come in, and here it is. Zappa finds the first. Rock on the quick response.
What you call it?
And C9
So like my email had 2022.
2-on-2.
So if that's supposed to be my bath year,
And a grab net
no wonder
out.
I'm not getting selected.
NRG have to take it slow, try and deal with this utility.
Now, typically, you'd have your bath year, or if you've got like a
Stun.
email with like a couple's email, then you have the obviously the EA normally get together in it or something.
Does his job. NRG navigate a tough
But in my case, I put 2022, which is way off my bath year.
Really nicely played between Finesse and Ethan there.
I need to be with that again, fuck's sakes.
Finesse is just sticking into half to make sure that one happens. While the counter comes in, holding from the high angle.
Also, let me check if my CV is updated quickly.
School duo of NRGs.
See it again, very nicely played from them. Ethan getting his stun back online is absolutely critical.
Yes!
You know, it's interesting to track sort of how long Ethan has been holding on to his stun in a lot of these rounds. And I think, honestly, one of the things that was so influential during the kickoff run on this map of Lotus was, I think, G2 and how they were playing the breach. Because old school, the way you play Lotus is you're always on defense using stun at the start of the round.
You run it down either A rubble or C mount every time.
Maybe on an eco you hold the stun for a front B trap. That's like the little wrinkle you can toss in there. But the way that G2 would play it is they would hold the stun frequently for these late refights or off of contact from other players. And it seems very clear to me that NRG have been studying this and incorporating this into their own game plan. These late round stuns have been a big problem for C9. And I think one of the reasons why they have been so flip-floppy on which site they end up hitting.
Coming out the timeout for him.
Had to make sure that was the
But
stream.
not have another annihilation to work with. Their only
Some
round
intense
win
music for Valorant.
was converting that anti-bonus with that ult online.
The buy is going to be absolutely brutal for them. NRG have plenty to work with as well. They can sort of toss to the wind when they need it. And NRG have continued with this heavy mound presence. You know, opening up door, controlling front B. A has been the weaker side of the map, but C9 haven't been so keen to seize the space early.
NRG is
Even
gonna
when they got
realize
the
it in a
exec,
second.
It's been very hard to accelerate into Finesse because of his setups.
They got 3 on B. Yep, they know, let's go.
Back towards A. They've done a very good job all game.
Oh, the stupid Vice ball. Why does that even exist?
That's lovely.
You can't break it or nothing.
Off of Ethan's stun. That still will assuage the fears that C9 is immediately hitting.
I thought only
today.
ults were
With a
supposed to
bit
be
of
an
time
instant
here.
stop.
Yeah, still flash work with Inturi. Some thorns on the ground to stall out the hit as well.
Brock has ult again, so another tool to flood back into A after they give the initial bit of space.
I think as well after this year, FNS is retiring
He's
again.
absolutely cooked, but here comes the
Him
ult.
and
Whereas
Son.
It's gonna be a stall out on the plant for the moment.
I thought, oh yeah, I someone retired. I
Because,
forgot about that.
Yeah, they make way more money streaming. That's what it
Now
seems.
it's even.
That's what everyone does.
Versus 2.
Even that's even one thing I tend to point out. He gets more money just from sitting out and watching than he actually is playing.
NRG keeping
Which
the
technically I say that,
C9 has to
but
plant soon. They're gonna try and
yet again, actually no, because you got less hours to stream, so you actually would lose that bit more money than normal. Never mind. I was about to say, wouldn't you get more money for playing and then like posting up videos and all that stuff?
Just how much
See, all the hours he doesn't stream and he's just practicing, he could have been making money streaming.
Exactly.
Brock, you know, new guy on the stage here.
Probably makes a lot.
But what bro could do is do what Celsius does, get someone to stream on his account when he plays.
Yeah, but Zelsus doesn't get any viewers because of that.
He does actually. He actually gets 300 500.
Through the smoke to pull it together.
Bro actually gets enough follows and he actually still gets the subs and bits.
faster fight into A lobby this time.
I'm pretty sure even if bro wins or loses at his VCT game, he still actually comes back with at least whopping $100 to $200 from that one stream.
No, he's gonna be forced off for now.
And the wall.
That's why Illusion is able to afford his editor and keep doing that stuff.
They've taken full space over into A. They've rotated 3 players into C. And yet C9 are boxed. They don't have a lurk going, so they have to exec into the site.
Annihilation. Popped. Is there any victim to be found? Not yet, but Zeppa will take one and he manages to net someone through. Some defending his teammate, fighting forward off of it, but soon to fall. And now it's the first time, really, in a long time that NRG's at a disadvantage. Ethan! Could he be the man to bail him out? He's even the tie, back to a 2-on-2, and it's another pivot.
Yeah, Vic gonna port back over into the other side. His teammate
Maybe it's hard to realize in the moment,
NRG have two
but I
players
feel
on one
like
path
I
already.
should have knew that there was one more.
HP in a 1v2. This round might end before Zep actually gets there.
I won't lie. I've been told to chat. I'm not focused on any of the game. I think you're behind on the stream.
No, I'm on Twitch.
That'll pull out the missiles.
Or on YouTube. What point are you at?
Walks around.
We're spectating NRG now.
Brock
Rock.
trying to win.
Let me know when
It's like a
Spike
couple of
gets.
seconds.
But the flank, no one's looking at Vic. It's so lovely from
Let me know when the new round starts for you, like fully, like when you can actually run around in the new round.
too far apart, and it's too well played from Cloud9.
Yeah, Vic just an absolute hero for C9 there.
No round.
Bails the round out for
You're
NRG.
8 seconds behind.
Porting over into A, getting
Maybe.
aggressive TP.
Yeah, I was already on the I was at a point where it's after the player cam of C9, and that's when you said that you're on new round.
And then actually his missiles came back in time to stall out the first half of the
I don't know how, but I'm always in front, regardless of on YouTube or Twitch.
get him into the space to
I'm on YouTube to avoid the ads mid game.
and keep that round for C9.
On YouTube and Twitch. Twitch is just in front on for me for some reason.
But again,
Huh.
for this fight towards A level,
That's strange.
and again, securing that space immediately.
It's fun as well. My friend went to Tenzi's stream because he wants to watch the reactions and all that stuff as well. And I was somehow in front of him on Tenzi's, even though Tenz has a delay on his stream.
You see how worried they are about thorns. Committing a nade.
Like regardless of what stream I'm on, YouTube, Twitch, and who's streaming it, I'm always in front.
Finesse has to hide from this.
It was like 5 seconds I was in front.
Teams. It's gonna be a brawl on the site.
Yeah.
Ethan ahead of it. Stunned
Bro, what in Overwatch is this game, bro?
still trading things back.
Two breach ult.
Foothold in the site, and they push that out.
Breach ult, Teo ult, what else? Another breach ult.
Right now the spike has yet to be planted.
With
The
Deadlock
fact
ult
that only
used?
two people died during that is crazy.
Away. Retreat. C9 haven't yet
Just kill a Teo and breach, that's literally it.
Both of those ults hit the site while everyone was on it too.
still trying to bait it out as Util comes back online. This site is an absolute war zone.
Wait, this guy's
Peeking forward and Oxy finding
insane.
it first.
Ethan has
Honestly, looking at C9's comp, they should be better on the... Actually no, it's basically mirror comp. It's just the duelist change and the sentinel change.
Ned is an
But
insurance
like both the changes make no difference.
Ethan.
trying to
Like you get the same amount of aggressiveness, the same amount of post plant usage.
a swing, a death.
There's no change between the two comps, practically.
Net too well positioned, and C9 for the first time this game streaks some rounds together.
Yeah,
Would you say Lowe's is more attack or defense comp? And let's say the comps are mirrored, like literally exact same.
one away. I mean, look at that.
Lotus?
This map. Like let's say you've seen C9 and ARG both had the exact comp. Would you say it's more defense or attack?
And even that was ended up being traded out. Good patience from C9 in the post plant until Oxy found his moment.
I don't know. Probably defense. If you can hold right.
Another look at an
That's what I think as well. There's a lot of maps I feel like it's defense, but everyone says attack. It just
They got a Vice and a
You know.
Teo. That's instant stop.
Stun off of the swing for Mata.
Vice, Teo, even Omen can do it.
how did Mata get out of that?
3 different stuns committed in. Mata gets his, and he tips
Oh,
away
wow.
off the slide. Util still a problem for him, but he's just
Yeah, now see why Ten's retired and said this is not precise gunplay game.
Mata sprays down one, but C9 finds some good trades in the chaos.
I played Run Daily, I played 3 games. Lost 1, won 2, I'm only up 23 hour. I'm playing dog shit. I'm looking worse than
It's gotta be A.
The walk up from Zeppa though. No one's
FNS.
finishing stairs,
and that's saying something, bro.
but he's worried.
You know, if only they took more time on their
Catching
characters and just gave us like a community mode like we
Well, he's
wanted,
coming that way, but he's wary.
then we wouldn't have 30
Player in
billion
his
abilities on the map.
position, the timing. Zeppa turns
Literally.
back, but he doesn't find
I get why they
I'd
add
rather
new
have more
agents.
maps than
but,
agents.
Full awareness out of Brock.
like, I like new agents, right? I like you know fresh gameplay, fresh content, you know all that shit, right?
Cleans him up.
But it's too stressful when there's 6 agents now, something like that, and
So patient.
most of them don't get used. And when they do get used, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing because rare sighting.
energy and kickoff.
They
Like,
either
for me-
hate their own game or they're setting it up to where they make the pick and ban system.
Was honestly pretty solid.
For me, I'm fucked because when I go to comp, I don't see Breach often. I'll be honest. So I'm not used to flashes, the stun, and the aftershock. But when I go into like Premier Scrims, I'm encountering that shit daily. So I'm like, my mental or like my logical thinking gets fucked when I see it. Same as Deadlock. Well, Deadlock's getting used more often, but there's too many agents what didn't get used, and I barely even get remember what their abilities are. I barely even remember what Clovis is. Have you encountered Waylay yet or no?
Waylay? Maybe. I just don't remember.
Like, I like Waylay, right? Good duelist for like aggressiveness, but after that, once you use your abilities, you're worse in chamber. You got nothing to do. I'm pretty sure all equipment as well is like 300 credits. So using 600 credits for one time and you can't use it again. It's useless. It's more initiating, I would say, than it is duelist. Okay.
I just don't like Waylay.
Let me guess. Another B pivot out of C9.
It's the first like what the fuck are you doing agent?
Yeah.
But 1-for-1's all right. Still an advantage for C9, but the forces from NRG have arrived. Rocket.
Okay, NRG is choking now. They're choking.
Where's Sam going? Straight to his death on that teleport.
That
When
was
I last looked, I'm pretty sure it was 5 vs 4 when I last looked.
35 seconds, no spike to be planted. That'll be his moment to make a move. Creeping forward there, but Mitch is good for 3 on the round. And C9 keeping these.
Let me see if I can get a CP update real quick.
Last round in the half.
Good recovery from what started as a very rough half here.
I'd say Oxy's been having a lot of trouble, even if you think back to the
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch Crew Pass loud after this. I'm not entirely too sure.
on B side. He has struggled to get openers because the counter util from NRG is
Are you gonna be on for that match or no?
it depends on how this one goes. Because I want to play Valorant too.
I know I still have not spoken to my ISP yet about the Wi-Fi issue.
Oh, I don't even care anymore. I kind of just
I'll do it eventually.
now. I'm running on red carpet right now.
I'll do it,
It's
so am I.
4 games now.
If you get to my Twitter, you'll see what it looks like at the moment. I had a lot of green in my career, and that was literally mostly red.
Believe it or not, it's hard to play smokes without support.
Believe it or not, it's hard to play any agent without a good team. And when I do get a good team, I'm not there. Like I can't. I'm at my phone. My prime danger was like 2 months ago.
Just quit playing for like 2 days, come back, and then hop into a custom. You'll feel like a new person.
Oh, Oxy.
That crouch is insane.
But Oxy a great reposition just ahead. High gets the ball. A stunning close from Oxy.
He's just like me for real.
I like the C9 jersey, but the patterns is a bit questionable. Like I don't get what.
C9, when they can actually play a post plan out, it went real nicely for them. They're going into the second half, winning 4 of the last 5 rounds.
The whiff and then the like transfer is insane.
But still, a good chance for them.
Oh wow, that's some precise gunplay.
Yeah, for real. Into Valor. Or interview.
We'll find out in just a moment.
Never mind.
Stuck paying for that old phone?
Alright, let me get this thingy sorted out.
You know, at Verizon, we'll pay off your phone. And you'll get iPhone 16 on us. That's a value of up to $1,600, only on Verizon.
Chat, how are we feeling about the pancakes?
Alright,
You know what's mid, Bree? Your aura.
Dad.
just wanna do this.
Master the slang.
Bussin'.
You could have bought a Hyundai on Amazon.
Time to open up Valorant.
Boomer alert!
No way, I just watched an ad. Oh my god. What the hell?
What?
It was some weird millennial ad.
No one lays a finger on your butterfinger. Ever.
It's almost 20 seconds. Oh, fuck me.
Welcome back. It was a tough
I think
start
not bad
to
score
the
actually.
half for Cloud9, losing
It's a defense map. Logically, C9 should be able to get OT at least.
4 out of the last 5, and now in a position that they're pretty much a pistol round away from tying this map up.
Yeah, that would bring things up.
I think there's only been one timeout as well in the entire game, so still 3 more left to use.
Seen from Net already. He had a couple of big rounds, especially when the ultimate came into play. But on the defensive side, I think is really where these changes to the deadlock are going to shine. Pistol round, he's gone for the shield and the wall. 400 creds on that, so that'll make him completely broke, but it'll be worth it, I promise.
So I'm playing there every round, it's getting weird.
Approach from NRG to start. Trying to feel out if C9 was going to go for anything proactive.
Oh, never mind.
Now finally they'll send some util towards C, but not actually take the space off of it just yet. So
Tripping.
choosing to walk back in later.
Yeah, but now just by using that and C9 falling back off of the angle, NRG have a lot of options.
Maybe they'll realize that they both do the same thing. That'll be funny.
Open the door and pivot over into B. And yet C9 have not over-rotated. They're expecting a late re-clear over into the A side of the map and kind of play pretty light over towards C, all things considered.
One of the tough things of the
You know, they said they're doing like an update to their look sensors. I'm still waiting on that. Like, she got updated recently. And
They
I've not
said
seen
they
the
were
change
going to make a
since, so.
replay system.
25-30 seconds if I caught
They
that.
are.
2 years in the making.
NRG have full contacted into
This better be the
side.
best replay system ever.
Posture to go for a flood retake here, but the fight towards spawn
Well, I
is
mean, have you seen the bugs with it?
Modest spots
Overwatch
out.
has a replay system.
Barely escapes with his
It's
life.
So what?
arguably worse.
Their game is not precise.
They're all grouping towards
Like, they haven't got so much shit going around.
This
in
game isn't precise either.
NRG coming out ahead to start. Some trying to trade back through, but he's forced to
Push
I mean, with release Overwatch, right, they can deal with the ping issues, but in Valorant, where the game actually matters with ping, you try to shut out the replay system.
huge. Picks up a double.
Holy energy.
And now it's a 1v3 for Net. Here's a player directly below, but there's just too many angles to deal with.
Brock's kind of been having a game for NRG. Right, we were excited to see what he could do with NRG on the big stage. Sitting 14-7 right now on the Tejo. Doing real nicely. I mean, you consider that pistol round getting a couple of kills back in the first half too. Big factor there as well for the team. And again, when your initiator player is finding so many of these frags early on into halves, it just gets that snowball going. They're getting ready to getting ready to keep those ults on rolling.
Net nade combo towards main. Mata though, ahead of it on the Neon. A stinger bought up for him, and Stomp's Ghost is the one to open it up. This player's caught out here, and it's good spray control from Mata to pull ahead in this one. It was just the lesser weapons, but still a nice
If
setup
Mata
to
would have
clear that
picked those
space.
guys, they would have moved
Monster
up.
buy from NRG, 2 Phantoms, a Stinger, and the Ghost they held on to. Might be looking for rifles next round. This time, though, just slowly clearing their way into the space, take the orb, get that on Ethan, no problem. And in just a moment, this fight, getting ready for the slide on through is Mata. 1 for 1 should be enough for NRG. They really only carry about keeping 3 players alive.
Wait.
I would never see Mitch lose these.
Yeah, Net didn't really stand a chance on 1 HP. That's finesse.
Wait, I saw this the other day, where someone done the exact same thing, but they got stopped in B main. This actually, they're gonna know in a second now.
See if he can't get a
Yeah, look, they're already watching a B. They know that it's gonna be a B
Shame we're
push.
not on Abyss. We could have gotten this round done with a lot sooner.
Fair play. This buy sets energy up very well, though.
Great.
We're gonna have a couple
I'll
rifles
also
to
win
work
a
with
second
into
then.
this next
You
round.
should shoot that buffering.
And that's where we see them do a pretty good job of funneling orbs into Ethan.
For sure. What I'm most interested in sort of like tracking for the rest of this half, especially with C9 trailing, you know, they're going to need to get some value out of this deadlock pick, out of this team.
Oh.
Like, how much are they looking just to like fight in the early rounds? with the net trap.
No
Okay.
way.
Mitch, what are we doing?
Where you go for yeah. He much for away with Phantom. Fuck you, FNS.
Looking at him.
That's funny.
Get away with the whole
FNS had to even look at it as well to see if it's out there, map.
What's going on?
And that Phantom is out of Finesse's reach.
Wait, are we forcing the
Honestly,
Phantoms?
hell of a jump to get one of those rifles out of here.
Ooh, I like the overlay as well. I've only just seen the overlay win the second half. What the fuck?
Thing is, with how little they bought in the last one,
They
were
forgot
always gonna
about
buy
it.
Here, really, they just lost 2,900 credits.
I have. I was looking.
So if you lose
never
this
seen
round,
it.
it's a little bit more concerning, but even then, they've got it banked up pretty nicely for themselves. Shouldn't be too big of an issue.
Honestly, the overlays over the last like how many years of VCT, it's actually been getting better each one.
He can toss out that net and catch someone out.
Faking the A
I'm pretty sure as well,
control
if you
and
contact
immediately
Riot,
going into B,
like
net is
if you're hosting your own
caught in the
event,
corner
you can
here.
actually take the overlays. Like they'll give you them more than happy.
Yeah, C9 will have ideas like throwing the Tejo missiles off that net front B, or even a Bleach Blast if Mitch is the one playing more towards that B side on the quick float angle.
He really is confusion maxing by playing the character with a net as
Oh,
net.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
For reference, it's the player who's throwing the
Right.
ability.
Okay, how about we've got C9 net and we've got Grav net. That might simplify.
I like the ambiguity.
He's one and the same.
Reclear on B, off the Teo drone for Cloud9. And they still have an embed up on A.
Good job from NRG baiting out that stun. Now the bite of this A fight is so much reduced from C9.
Yeah, tail missile's gone as well. Oxy thinks they're up farther than they are. Nade won't find anything. Mata taken down. Great trades though. That's lovely from Som.
30 seconds left.
Single-handedly wrangling this
Okay.
round into control of NRG. They're pivoting through. Net needed more than that. And now this is all but a secure plant for NRG.
Spike planted.
Game starting to slip away from C9 if Vic can't do something here. And oh, he saw the cape!
Oh, no way.
Players are isolated with a smoke down on the spike. Considered sneaking in front of that stun, but 2 kills.
It's fine anyway, it's an NRG's pick.
Would have had to have done it all his own. It's not going to come
NRG's
through for him.
known to throw. I got scared.
NRG to double digits.
Remember Sunset last season from like 311 or 312 where it was?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a game in Sunset, exact same like C9 versus NRG. NRG had to win like one round just to end the game. It was like 3 points for C9. They lost.
I mean, just the baiting of the util, but I wish I'd seen a little more.
I'm pretty
restraint out of
sure it was their map pick as
You know,
well.
they spent so much utility on the space, they almost felt like they needed to stick around in the area. You saw they were kind of out of position once that Omen smoke actually fell. Center rubble. No, Oxy's just out in the open. The rest of his team is too. And if you're not winning those opening 50-50 fights, the round just falls apart instantly.
And you have to point out, on a map where he is normally monstrous,
What is this, a
thus far,
timeout?
Oxy has been being caught in a lot of those positions.
Yeah, C9's.
On the attack side.
Honestly, I don't save C9's timeout until like very last round. Because let's say if they get to like 10-10, then NRG start winning, they can't do anything about it. I'd always wait until like final round to do the timeout.
To bounce back, find that form that's, you know, making people put out hot takes like he's the best duelist in the world.
A hot take. Not looking the greatest right now, but it's early days here. Still map 1
My ultimate's
of stage
ready.
1.
My ult's ready.
Plenty of time to course correct into the air, but yeah, C9 forced down onto just about nothing. 3 sheriffs, a stinger. Maybe a blue jolt to work with, but the rest are a long way off.
Still, you're in a group with G2, MIBR, left. Look like a pretty clear top 3. That 4th spot is very likely going to be one of these 2 teams. So this opening match,
A whole lot.
very important for later implications in the season.
Yeah, battling it out with NRG, Furia, C9 here. And just as Sentinels, that stage 1 went over real quick last year. Even coming off of a high note. So this round, C9 on the low by 2 players pushing into front B. A little bit of a fake trap setup over towards A, showing the presence of the Tejo, of the breach. But if NRG get uneasy about execing into A, that's where this round could look good for C9. Mitch's stun doesn't really do much of anything.
Mata pressured. A re-clear here. Ooh, teleporting past the wall.
No one heard that.
Vic has a Guardian. And a chance to make some mischief. No one's even expecting the possibility of a teleportation.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Needed to wrangle the shots a bit quicker than that. Still, good for one. And gonna dive back in, but Ethan has dealt with the problem in due time.
Vic just a little jumpy there. Snapping onto that play instantly. Now NRG have vacated the A site. Realizing C, the one that's very likely open.
You notice how Brock is the only one in the game with the overlay with NRG on the name on it?
And good calling from NRG, and
Oxy too late to catch the
You notice that shit?
although quick on the flank
I don't
could
know.
look nice for him.
It's probably because
no
he
idea.
changed his name.
It's also a stinger in hand though, so he'd have to get up.
Because these are probably tournament accounts or something.
triple flank.
Or maybe
No, they'll use the same account. They actually got a different client. Like, it's been confirmed they have a different client for when it comes to VCT.
Well.
But still, the overlay.
Starting to slip away, isn't
It shouldn't have, like, energy on it. They do it for, like, every match I see, actually. It's always at least one or two people with, like, their team, like, thing on it.
From CT.
Look at his IGN though. It has NRG Brock still. Like when you look at his thingy, it's just overlay.
I feel like C9 have been, maybe rushing at times.
I know they can't use the excuse. Oh, his name's too small. Like look at FNS and Sombra.
It's lacking some of the refinement I think we saw to their attacking side. They did so many of these late round pivots. We're really trying to work the map now. Feels like they've had some opportunities where it could have gone their way, and rushing it through has had it slip on past.
C9's looking a bit weird.
Energy do such a good job in this map of having these little micro plays to fake out where they're sending their rotation. They're a team that likes to pivot a lot in the mid round, but you saw in that round, it's just a stun, send the Neon in through Baby Door, and then just leave him there. Wait. Energy is so good to buy that time, let C9 make a move and punish them before they commit to a decision.
See if C9 on a buy can do anything about it this time around. Not looking to get so active in this A space. But NRG on the opposite side. It sprints it on forward. Mata really trying to sell the fake while the rest of his team, a couple players walk into A. And they might have just about caught the timing. That is beautiful, but Oxy still wins the fight.
And now the fake becomes reality. Energy are actually committing into this C site.
Oh, wow.
But they're down a player and Mitch has
They
the
have
rolling
C.
thunder to retake with.
Let's use it on it. We have two ults we can use.
To get a little bit of activity towards spawn, towards waterfall. Maybe even just wait for the ult, wait for the stun line to come back online. The ultimate will
Did that ult even do anything?
won't necessarily guarantee the spike plant. They don't have smokes. They still need to fight on through. C9 expecting this. Amada getting chunked out, pushed back, just stuck in a mess of utility. Before Zeppa deals with him.
Oh god, bro, what's this Overwatch game?
Ethan with 2 kills. Finesse following up. It's a 2-on-2 now. Backside. Finesse pushed right up into the corner. And C9, the ones holding on, the ones moving through on this retake.
Brock now in a 1v2.
I swear I just saw like 6 people die and I did not get like process any of it.
Here's the footsteps, an isolated fight, but now he's noted. A smoke going up on the spike. Spam has to be relied on, but he just doesn't have the bullets. Vic's holding things down. The spam not there in time.
I should have stayed on site, probably.
C9 stay alive. Good anticipation.
Honestly, we have put spikes planted. If they had no omen, it was like a different 2 vs 2, then 2 vs 1, then sure get off site. But staying on site would have been better for that one.
Because he's going against Dolman.
Any smokes really.
Again.
But then again, if they had a Clove and Clove died near C, then you're still in a shit situation. It's one of those things.
Spacing was just about perfect.
Like your chance of winning on site is actually like slightly higher than it is off site. Because likelihood is when you're on site, they're going to guarantee push you like together, not a 1-by-1. So you might get lucky like transfer or lucky line up kind of thing, you know.
This very forward stun right against that wall from the deadlock, and are ready to fight over this rebel space. I don't know if NRG want to move into this.
I was just saw it earlier, but you know, like when they put like those overlays saying like facts or like things what happened in the past, where it could be like, you know, the last time, you know, a certain team won against a certain team for like 1,000 whatever days. Earlier, they put one on screen saying it's been 92 days since C9 has changed their roster.
Now in a clutch of his own. A TP onto the
I'm pretty sure this is the longest surviving roster that C9 has had in the last like
Pivot
4
to
years of
be ready to
VCT.
go for NRG. Can he find the duel anywhere? Just tucked in, banking on the fact it'll be a hit back into A. But he's not ready
And
for
he
this flank.
did.
Finesse has walked all the way around, but he's not looking to get.
All good, all good.
Turns in time and gets NRG up to 12.
This is NRG's map.
NRG are just playing sort of a
That makes sense.
chokehold style of Valorant. Once they get an advantage, not giving anything back, but it was this teleport over to the corner.
And this is where I'll use the final OT of C9, but nope, they would have used it.
Deafened up, couldn't hear those in.
Bro, Sam, you're him, bro. You're actually him. Let's go, bro.
And the only way I see them using OT earlier, OT timeout,
Thus far,
is either like something in the mentals got fucked up,
just like he did
or
in
there's something the coach has spotted, what I could use, but
Last opening map he played against C9, he went 30 and 15 and lost the map. That was back in kickoff. This time though, C9 right up close into
the
A lobby.
picks.
And Mata falls again. It's traded out.
Okay.
The stars are there, the blinds are there. NRG are still moving forward. Some is still moving forward. NRG are just wiping the floor with C9.
it is all Sam all day.
Unlucky Vic, unlucky.
Another monstrous map from him, but this time it should not slip away. Just a 1v4 for Vic, and what feels like a victory lap on an incredible map
No
for
way
NRG.
she just said that.
Well called, well shot from Sam. A
Said what?
stunner
Victory
to start the
lap.
stage for NRG.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's the NRG we were promised back at the start of the year.
Feels like it.
Right? That was a team that was playing excellent Valorant. So good in the opening fights they were taking. When they got an advantage, weren't letting that one slip. Saw him playing out of his mind. And the new kid on stage,
Wow.
finishing 19 and 9. Welcome to America's.
you know, I got a theory on why I'm playing shit in Valorant. You ready for it?
Yeah.
I have not ate salmon.
What?
I have not ate salmon.
Neither
Believe it or
of them.
not, salmon is actually like a good source for like players to have,
My ultimate's ready.
because it actually helps with their focus, their strategic thinking. It helps them get a better sleep and a few other shit. It's a look at the things that like salmon has. I did omega, I think it's acid free or fatty or something like that. The protein, some other shit as well. I'm not joking either. When I actually eat salmon, normally a day or like the same day, I actually feel like a performance boost. So I'm convinced I should buy every bit of salmon tomorrow and eat salmon every day.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to finance me £40 or $40?
Not really.
You help me to become a pro in the next 1 month.
Who are you, Andrew Tate? Upon my salmon, and you'll get your investment return.
Exactly.
Crazy.
You get to see me on stage, and if I win on stage, I'll give you $25 back. And then if I win a LAN, I'll give you an extra 15. And if I make it into a tier 1 team, I'll give you 10% of my earnings. Boom. Easy. So is that a yes?
No.
Fuck you. What are friends for then? What are the points of friends if they don't help you out?
They're for boobs.
True, true. You wanna show me?
No.
But again, you're not doing the point of friends then. You know?
Eventually, I'm not.
You're gonna what?
I was trying to hit a flirt.
Oh, you're an A-nuts? One game.
Holy shit, so
Oh, we know.
On the first map that we see on
holy fucking yeah. Let me watch some match.
It'll be like 10 minutes, bro. They normally do like 10-minute gap thing between matches. Gives the coach and the player time to integrate with getting their mentality and watch it. I want to get a mini fridge, but I know I'm unfair.
I have a mini fridge.
Do you want to invest and give me a slightly bigger room? I'm thinking, right, is when our wardrobe doorways, we'll basically get rid of the entire wardrobe and that'll give me an extra 1.5 feet of room. An extra 1.5 feet of room will actually be enough for me to get a mini fridge.
He gave them multiple throughout that map, and he is very much so to continue that. But of course, for C9, they're going to need to stop the momentum of NRG. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach Imi and hear what he has to say as we get ready for map number 2.
Wait, I just noticed, on a C9 jersey, where it says C9 on it, that's a fucking trophy. Does C9 even have a trophy in any game?
Probably. I know they probably won a tournament with 10. Not like anything major.
C9.
Yeah, he did.
Well, back in CS, but I don't think they did. I don't think they ever won it. Actually, no, 10 did win the major, didn't he? And Shroud. Wait, no, Shroud's major wasn't actually a major though. It's like some off-season thing. Does C9 have any trophies? Oh, apparently they got fast plays 183 times. Second place 135, 105 on 3rd and 4th.
But this is their map pick, right? We have seen C9 on this map before. Granted, we've also beating NRG on this map, so there is precedence here. But the thing that I turn back to is you got Sam who's hitting, you got Brock who's playing really well. Mata, we haven't even seen him in his full form yet. But I do gotta commend on the other side. Throughout the game, we were.
I got a couple. They got a win in Boston 2018 for CS, which is their only CS major. You know, I don't trust ChatGPT. They just said they have multiple titles, including LCS 2023 Spring Playoffs, fair enough. But then it says the LCS 2024 Championship. They did not win League of Legends last year, bro. That was fucking T1. ChatGPT is confused.
They probably count first, second, and third.
Yeah, but I also didn't have any trophies. Not fucking... Like, they didn't give you trophies for second third today in League.
And, what's it called?
Overwatch, they got a win in 2018. Rocket League in 2018. Heroes of Storm 2015. In Valorant, they won a Game Changers, but since the Game Changer, they have not won anything in Valorant.
Half of those shots shouldn't have hit.
Oh, that's crazy, actually. Hold on. C9's a Game Changers team, right? They got 6 fast places in VC Game Changers, while C9's main team is actually struggling. Imagine.
Look, if you find Breach Tejo interesting, I'm expecting to see a lot more Breach Tejo, not just on this map, where it's probably their best map, but also just throughout this entire year. But honestly, I was kind of happy with what the desk was talking about there a lot. You know, we saw C9 playing so many of these faster rounds, especially in the second half of Lotus. This is the map to do it. And I think the most important thing for C9 is going to be getting Oxy online early, right? He had a couple of big rounds, but for the most part was pretty muted in that opening map. And C9, without Oxy, they are not going to be challenging the best teams in the league. They need Oxy to be stepping up if they're going to have a chance here today.
Interesting to see the Cypher sticking around in the comp. A lot of teams have moved over towards the Vise on this map, but Cypher's still strong, set up those trap plays off the camera. The trip, very good, playing into a Neon team, which is what Oxy's picking here. Yeah, I'm personally a fan of the pick coming on through, but also I think one of the other things that you're going to be having is having the extra cages, right? So extra smokes for this comp in a map where pretty much you're only seeing Brimstone see get play in terms of the smokes agents coming on through. When you only have 3 of those, there's no recharge on that. Having the Cypher cages to stall out, you know, on the defensive side, or even use them offensively to play a post plant too, is very important. A lot of C9 fans in the arena today. I think really banking.
That dude's autistic. You can see it in his face.
That's wild, bro. You know, he kind of looks like One Pixel.
Who?
You don't know him? The guy from CS, but somehow some reason backseat and trash talking everything about Valorant. Although he's never actually given Valorant a full try.
When you're actually in here, now it's been a little bit more muted ever since NRG started strong on Lotus. And this time they found a relatively weak A side of the map, just a camera that net placed center sight to spot out drop. But C9 can react, take control heavily in towards main when they
Also got a theory on why I'm not Radiant.
Still, there's
this one's better than the 7-minute excuse.
For NRG, that's Brock holding down the fort and spawn, and there's a walk up there.
Basically, while I was to play Valorant, I started out in bronze rank. I never had iron.
Sometimes that happens.
Boom.
It's a little weird. Thankfully for C9, Mitch just found an entry into A, and he's already holding down this spike. Aftershock coming through. Mitch sticks it halfway. He'll get no further. Now the fight up from Zeppa. That fails as well. And C9 stuck. They have to wait for this molly to go out.
Wait, look at it overly now, look. Brock's name does not have NRG in it anymore. It just says Brock.
They cannot put it
the fuck?
Well, at least Brock gets the kill at the
Production's
end.
a little drunk right now.
It's funny, I forget who ran this at Bangkok, but some team ran.
I remember what you're talking about.
Tell me.
I don't know what team.
You were supposed to tell me which team did it, Mimi.
I just remember seeing a pistol run like this.
All right, whatever. Look, it's a Red Bull clutch for C9. Vic just sticking this defuse on through.
What a clutch for Vic.
Nice! What are you doing? Hey, Som, stand up now.
And we got the cam on Som. Yep, he's sitting down.
He's sitting down.
All right.
Someone's catching strays and doesn't give a shit, just sitting there.
Honestly, I think it's kind of criminal that.
To be fair, you can't even hear it. They're across the stage with loud audience and white noise music going in there. It is.
That sacrificed his body for the cause.
Yeah,
got the
getting
half stick
halfway.
through the breach blast.
A valiant sacrifice indeed. Good news.
Wait, take a pause, or fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
Look, I got accustomed to this working with Pansy, so we're not. It's no surprise to me anymore.
Who do you think tech issue is? Like what team?
I don't know.
Oh, find it, NRG.
Got him.
It's
Hey,
Brock.
tough. I hate to do it to you, but it's just how it works.
$20 saying it's because it's overlay, so the NRG doesn't say energy on it.
Honestly, though, C9, they've won a pistol round, Mimi.
That's a rarity.
That evaded
For
them.
any iteration of C9, let's be clear.
I was just thinking today, but you're right.
Iteration.
It's a chronic thing.
Yeah, historically true.
Kind of
She
like
said
Pansy
every
with the
iteration of
boxes.
C9.
Yeah.
Oh.
What a callback. It is interesting to see Oxy committing into the Neon still here. I think it's always been a strong role for him. The Americans
Wait, is it both teams having issues?
in kickoff. They saw the nerfs. They're
Probably.
like, this agent is
It might be
dead.
server
But
issues.
now I think if you're watching Bangkok, it kind
Yeah, I think it might be actually, because look, you got one of those admins that started by next to a player fully, and then you have one doing the exact same thing on C9 side.
Completely silly cross-map slide.
So one C9 is actually like looking around behind the monitors and
Fairly
everything.
accurate on the slide. It's not so bad. I think especially on a map like Fracture, when you have a lot of different ways to path forward, because everyone's accustomed, like we've seen the Rays pathing a million times. Oh, we can jump up into tower from arcade. How cool is that? What Oxy will do on the Neon is have a lot of different ways to get into the site, whether it's arcade, you know, rushing up to the ropes, or then maybe even just going through the ground. Sometimes even accelerating to fight and just
In-game bug.
something that Neon can
Oh,
take
is it?
advantage of too.
Possible.
Quick update for you folks. Yeah,
But
admins
in-game
are
bugs unknown.
investigating a possible in-game bug. They're sorting through that now. We'll give you a more clear update.
What should bug be
as soon
like?
as we
Oh,
get
someone's
one. For
classic
now,
didn't shoot how it should be
we
shooting.
sat down with Energy's Finesse and their brand new coach Mike's to discuss the team's changes heading into stage 1.
For a kickoff, obviously our expectations were very high, as they always are. We were coming off a really strong offseason. It's pretty difficult to go into a kickoff and then lose the first match to a team that technically on paper we should have been beating in Cloud9, and we didn't just lose, we kind of got destroyed. But overall we wanted to make Bangkok and we failed. So that was our reality, is just kind of getting humbled by the fact that, you know, we aren't as ahead as we thought we were. After that, we ended up making a couple of changes. Obviously Coach Mike's being one of them, added for Bankar.
Coming into Energy was a pretty quick moving process, pretty much like we immediately had to hit the ground running. I think it's a little bit easier for me just because there's so much experience in this team. Like, I think everyone's very good about problem solving. I think that's something that I enjoyed working with Finesse on Envy as well. It's just he's always trying to identify problems and find solutions for them. So I feel like when we have like 6 people that can do that at any time during practice or like after practice, people are always thinking about the game. It becomes much easier than if it's just like one person trying to do it all the time.
I personally, as an in-game leader, needed help on a tactical level in the game when it mattered most, in timeouts, game plans going into the game. And this isn't to imply that Bankar didn't do any of those things, because he did. I just think Mike excels at those things, and that helps me because I feel like I have a clear image of how the opponent plays the game and what our game plan is to counter that. And I think that balance is really easy to strike with Mike because I've already worked with him before, and he kind of understands what I look for. Tactical, like, organization on Mike's side, that's what helps me excel as an in-game leader.
You hear it there from Finesse, and you've heard it from other teams and players who have worked with Mike's in the past. His longest stint was with 100 Thieves as the head coach, then the strategic coach under Sean Garrett, and then going back to the mantle for the team there as well. But for him, I think he's a pretty clear value add for this team, especially given that history that he has with Finesse, playing with him way back 2021, Berlin on Envy, that kind of time frame.
Yeah, and it's very clear, even just watching that first game, like how much just the base tactics of NRG have improved, to use that word, right? The fundamental play, right? You saw it so consistently, whether it was, you know, very good spacing once they had a numbers advantage, good opening fights, etc., etc. Those are the angles of the game where NRG were just not really giving C9 any room to breathe, you know?
A new hand touches the chicken nugget salary. pretty quickly changing that one over.
Are you using, I wonder if Mike's is more a mustard guy or a ketchup.
You'll have to ask him yourself.
Sweet and sour, honey mustard. I'm out of sauces.
Great
ranch?
stuff.
Do people do ranch with chicken? I don't know.
Yeah, ranch is good. Still, for some clarity for the people at home, we're still waiting on the admins to figure out what's going on, get you a clearer answer.
What's going on?
Yeah, on that.
I was asking them. I was hoping they would answer.
I don't think they're going to answer you like that. That's
Okay,
not a very
my bad.
respectful way to ask.
What do you think Finesse is doing with his hands there?
Well, he's framing up.
Because it looks like a sideways L to me.
Which in L, sideways, is famously synonymous with a W.
Fucking yeah.
Two L's can make a W if your thumbs meet.
Yeah.
Wait, I still don't take pause for the possible bug. That's crazy.
Coming into this one, we talked about
Dude, I'm actually gonna fucking mute him.
Oh, they're playing now. Wait, someone moved. Wait, no man, they're not.
Damn it.
I think they're just moving to see if the bug's happening or not. I mean, two of them are moving on the NRG side, but... Wait, take pause over. The overlay's gone. And yes, they're still yapping.
Team DRX have been able to do with that pick. I think that agent has been chronically slept on here.
Never mind.
We heard from the IGL of NRG and their coach Mike's. Let's turn it over to the other side and check out what Mitch had to say when we caught up to him heading into stage 1.
I mean, Vic and Net played pretty well in kickoff. I think everybody as a whole played pretty well.
Wait, they're resetting? Bruh, the one round C9 wins, they just removed it.
He was probably a bogus round.
Like I said, a bug is the reason why they won the round. But there's putting that like that's the reason a bug. Like that's kind of bad, dude, because now, like, the round happened, technically they know what C9's defense is going to look like. Like, they've got info where they look set up, they've got info on who's where and what each other done. Like, it's probably predictable anyway, but now they know what they're actually trying to do, it's kind of fucked up.
But the crazy thing is I always assumed that I would be taller than Wingman, right? Because I'm a pretty tall guy, you know. Wingman looks pretty short in game. He's like, he fits in game.
Also, have I won a free will yet for gambling?
Wingman had at least a foot on me. Yeah. This guy is massive. How big is Gecko if he can hold this 7-foot...
If Lucky might go from Valorant stream to a gambling stream.
Like, Valorant's not to
What?
It's crazy.
For real, he's like, no, 15 feet.
He probably is.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Gecko's a tall dude.
Fair enough. exclusively no but.
Oh, come on, guys. We can't be doing that.
Okay, so I would have done my free spin.
Yeah, he didn't do that, but like,
But it's a positive note, right?
it's true.
I was watching at halftime, he had 4 kills. I'm like, no pie today.
There is no team in VCT that talks more about
Jonah's been playing a lot of Valorant.
Who?
Jonah.
He's back on it.
Looks like it.
Bro hasn't invited me? That's crazy. What a bitch.
Did he cook the chicken nuggets for them?
It's possible.
I don't know how that works.
All right, we have a little game for you guys. Which capsule do you prefer? Point at it if you're on the screen now. All right, we got one for NRG.
Oh no, it's both. It's the tattoos. She's showing
Wait, let's look at his career. Oh lord.
You said tattoos, and I thought you meant that she had real tattoos of the org for
What
a
are you
second.
talking about? Those are real tattoos, Mimi.
I believe you.
Yeah,
All right.
NRG.
Another
Okay,
vote for
okay.
NRG. I do like the colorway, red, orange, that kind of vibe going on.
You got to pick a bundle. Come on. Not
I think I know who he's queuing with. Wait.
Another NRG. All right.
Yeah. Neither of them are very good.
NRG. Hey, sorry, you're holding your sign upside down.
C9's look better.
Okay, well, NRG.
GRN, my favorite team, yes. Okay, there's a vote for C9. What else we got? Another one for C9. No,
Wait, no, you can't do that. There's no flip-flopping.
it's hard to know what direction.
Yeah, I'll try it. Let me look up NA and see if my ping's better or if it's bullshit.
That's like confident C9 too.
I want $20 and ship. Don't know about you.
What?
NRG. Okay, good choice.
I'm gonna try to look up NA and see what happens.
Okay.
I'm perfectly impartial.
But yeah, no, I've got $20 in, it's ship.
Weekly bundles. I like the orange and red colorway.
You like the orange and
I
red?
like it better on the pistol
right.
than on the jersey.
Maybe no one cares. We're gonna toss to a break. Hopefully, get the sword and come back soon.
You asked me the question.
Why haven't mine gone black? Did I knock something out? No?
Hey, it's me, your skin. I crave being done with acne, but treating leaves me red, flaky, irritated. CeraVe Acne Cleanser. Foams with benzoyl peroxide to treat my acne, while 3 essential ceramides in CeraVe help restore my natural barrier. With CeraVe, we can treat our acne, heal, and face the world.
CeraVe Acne Foaming Cleanser from the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we can't play anyway. Have you done any ranked games? Like placements?
Who?
You.
Yeah?
But we probably can't play then. So I've done my A placements. You can't play with anyone who has not done their placements yet.
It's just one game.
Yeah, I know the game's stupid like that, bro. Someone on YouTube said they watched the entire Lotus map and the tech pauses, and they're still not in the game yet. Bit of over exaggerate, but not wrong. That's maybe the truth. Will NA work today? If it does, you owe me 40.
No.
If it doesn't, you owe me 20. NA does not work. Still 130. Oh well.
We're hopping back into a fresh slate here. It's going to be Fracture yet again, but we're starting from 0-0.
If you take pause in done in like 3 minutes, I might just hop off.
Me too, actually.
Oh, they're loading back into Fracture.
All that sort of thing, but we should be back in just a moment.
Yeah, I do love though that so from our end we can see like because they have to cancel the games, they send you back in lobby. You see the post-match screen. Brock after 1 round, 470 ACS.
I'm calling it. The issue will come again, right? They fix it now. They do round 1 again, and they got issue again.
It was just a mirage the whole time.
They do?
Getting reselected right now. Of course,
That's my guess.
same as it was last time, and we'll be back
I got a feeling.
In but a moment. Here for those just joining, this is the second map of our series. We started on Lotus. NRG, a real hot start there. 13-6 win. Looking super on point between each other. Some nice mid-round calls on their attack side. And now in an advantageous position, heading into C9's map choice of Fracture.
Yeah, we're just one map in, but already some of the promise of NRG, bringing in Brock, bringing in Mike's, has definitely delivered in that opener. Fracture is C9's map of choice, though. And if you want to cast your minds all the way back, I talked a little bit about this during map 1, but it's been long enough. This is a map where NRG and C9 played their opener against each other
in kickoff
on Fracture. Like 12-2 at some point. They won like 10 rounds in a row at the end. Som put on a masterclass, finished the game 30-15, and NRG still lost the map. So definitely trying to right some of those wrongs. They've already moved on past that. Fun little one to tap into nonetheless.
Dude, there's still a tech pause, bro.
No, they still take pause because they're an agent select.
The only real difference between these two teams is going to be the duelist slot, right? Oxy piloting the Neon versus Mada's Raze on the opposite side of things, but Oxy is definitely going to have to use this break to bounce back in a big way if they want to push map 3.
More info for you guys on what happened that we're now rolling back to the beginning. There was a bug during round 1 of the initial time we tried the second map where Teo's utility, his
Fucking knew that was that bug. There's a bug with Teo where, like, you know when you use your util, it's supposed to, like, come back after a short time, like 40 seconds and that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bug with Teo where sometimes if you use it, it won't regenerate. Like, it's like I encountered as well in scrims where I thought they made it so you can only use it twice now. But it's not. It's a bug where you use it and you don't ever get them back again until next round.
Weird.
So I'm not sure if that bug is like a permanent bug throughout the game or if it's just on the fast round. Or like fast, like, you know, one time thing, that's it. That bug fucking pissed me off. There's so many times where I needed my rockets and it never came back. But I don't get how you create that kind of bug. Like, it's literally exact same copy and paste from all the other agents. You're just changing the word of the, like, item and the number you want it to change from.
Maybe find finesse on the opposite side. He's well guarded by this camera, though.
Very slow walk up for NRG. Net inside the smoke to receive. Trying to find an opportunity to spam back through, but no one catches on the trips, and that's secured for NRG.
C9 quick on this flank, though. NRG are
I still play Cypher more often on this map. Like, it's not a war Sentinel, but it allows me to at least go from like B to A without my equipment going down.
It's everything for NRG. Only Zeppa to equalize, and he's found 3 now into the round. It's onto a 2-on-2. Som is low up towards tower. And as the missiles stall it away, he's got to go on to a mission. That's Som down, and 4 for Zeppa. C9 have somehow found themselves back into this round, but it'll have to be Mitch to finish the job. Down to 1 HP.
Wow, look at that. NRG won the round. That's so bullshit. It'd be a different score if Sinan didn't have to rematch it.
Average Twitter user.
And if you think back to kickoff, the first time these two teams played, it was a monstrous.
I'm not wrong though. They try going A, they don't go A because of some reason. Look at that. L info. NRG got L info and A side went B instead.
Enough to work with. Needed one more kill.
Come on! Whoa, no!
And I've never seen a man more excited to win a pistol round.
Shout out Brock for the Red Bull clutch, and that'll be NRG. Actually buying up pretty big. We saw them go for a lot of these lighter buys, FPX buys on the last map. This time, though, 2 rifles, a Bulldog, a Stinger. Not trying to take so many chances. And interestingly, C9 have got 4 ghosts for themselves, too.
And they're also sitting 4 in spawn for now, just ready to instantly rotate and flood in with the Breach Teo util.
Now, I did notice C9 were buying light armor or regen shields almost exclusively on that first map of Lotus, so might just have the tech here that they can still buy util, even spending 500 on this round, too, as long as they're getting light armor for round 3.
What?
Net thought he had a corner to get out.
A nade. Net got stuck in the corner of it.
He's gonna ride on through, but Oxy not gonna get away with it this time. Mitch, how the hell? That's Mitch from 3.
Alright, if NRG wins this round, it's still because that C9 bullshit from round 1.
That spike is out there on site, too.
Oh, Joe, why not straight out, bro?
Thumb's actually really quick.
Mm.
Zeppa goes back to check. And Zom not watching damage.
Zeppa, join.
He's still got to plant the spike, Mimi.
Zeppa's low too.
Did you make noise?
Missiles back online for Zeppa.
Oh my god.
Spike tapped. Missiles incoming.
Oh, wow.
He has a gap within them in the plant. He's committed.
That's Zeppa, make him your bitch. Make him your bitch.
He couldn't get it done all himself on the pistol, but there, Zeppa and Mitch on those ghost buys do numbers on NRG.
I have to see Mitch's 3K. He's just running through a smoke and cuts down the majority of NRG with a ghost.
I think it's important to note.
Crazy Mitch.
That's the bully nade.
He was 1 HP.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure NRG.
Funny how quickly his emotions changed from round 1 to 2.
Watching some stream. Huh. Wow. And just like that, C9 are kind of right back into it. 5 Phantoms for them. Really enjoying that.
Wait, why did they just leave A? There's no infos B. Why did they leave A? The fuck?
This A site, interestingly enough. Zeppa's got
Wait, I'm actually confused.
They're playing a different game than us.
Literally, they're playing it where Cypher's on B instead of A. Cypher's on A instead of B. That's what they're playing right now.
As that's already a lot of space taken on A. NRG realizing they have this site, but have to be ready to fend off the retake attempt. Finesse runs from the utility as in goes on.
What in neon?
The retake is here. It's active for C9 and they trade out to take back sand control.
Okay, Mitch is actually playing a huge game right now, bro.
He's the only one playing.
I know. He's literally making this game winnable. Wait, it's actually initiated. The initiators are doing more shit than the duelist or a Senti. I want to get a kill check off this round.
Very nicely done from C9 there. Had me for a moment where they're dropping down into sand and Oxy was taken down early. Guy still can't catch a break.
Normally it's Oxy and friends, but looking like initiators and friends at the moment.
That snowball of ultimates right there, dipping into the
3A. Oh, after ults. Captain kills. Come on, I want to see the gun. I want to see the kills, not the guns and eco and all that shit.
decisive swing round here. Few players on NRG wouldn't be able to.
Cool, someone's called knife to swing in. 7-1. Bruh. Initiators are literally top fragging. Their next highest kills is 1, and that's with the Neon. Or Brim, one of those two. FNF?